Welcome to my studio. Today we're going to explore one of the oldest methods of painting, practiced by some of the greatest painters of the High Renaissance, Leonardo da Vinci, Titian, and Rembrandt, just to name a few. Believe it or not, the strongest, most recognizable feature on most people is the shape of the hair, not the features on the face. When you view the finished painting, I'll bet the thing you see first is that beautiful mass of dark curly hair around her head. The next part that will define this model is the contour of the face where the hair meets the facial mass. I'm using a number 2 white bristle filbert brush to place the features of the face. Location of the eyelash line, irises, and eyebrows is usually where I start. The catchlight gives the sense of the roundness of the eyeball under the eyelid. The eyeball must be treated as the spherical shape that it is. That means the side facing the light is lighter in the white of the eye than the side facing away from the light. If you look carefully at the eye I'm now painting, you can see that there is a distinct value change from left to right. This same value change must be registered on the lid covering the spherical-shaped eye. The highlight on the lid is directly above the catchlight in the eye. I'll add a bit of transparent Mars yellow to the color to make it more flesh-like and not quite so pink. Remember that the purpose of this step is to lay down a local color. Flesh is a pinky orange or an orangey pink. With glazing, you can only darken an area, not lighten it, so don't be alarmed by the flesh appearing darker than you will eventually want. These colors will eventually be exactly what's needed in some part of the face. Opaque colors will be applied to the lightest areas when we finish this phase. At the moment, all I want to do is indicate all the areas in the painting that would have these flesh colors showing. That includes arms seen through the sheer fabric on the sleeves and on the hands. I don't worry about covering up the lightest highlights on the dress because I'll get another chance to paint them in color later on. Since the underlying paint is already flesh tone colored by way of the grisaille and the color glazes, the lighter, warmer, opaque mixes seem to project forward while the other planes recede. If the canvas surface were white, these colors would seem very dark. The little depression under the nose is called the philtrum. It always has a shadow side and a light side, but is never as dark as the nose underplane or the cast shadow. If you get that value too dark, it will produce what appears to be a hair lip. I'll also use the lighter values to create the highlights on the lace of the stand-up collar, keeping the warmer white to the top of the collar. There's a pattern of lace on the front of the bodice that's also highlighted with these lighter warm whites. They stand out because the value of the flesh under the sheer fabric still shows through. Some of the cast shadows of the hair are laid on with a thin scumble of the grisaille mix. This can only be effective on the gown, as the background is too dark to allow this kind of detail. Besides, that would bring too much detail all over the head. The upper area of the hair has to act as background for the face and needs to stay readable as a mass rather than the tendrils I'm painting here. The transparency of the paint is the key to this technique. It simply can't be accomplished as easily with opaque paint. I firmly believe that the practice of this technique for several of your painting compositions will teach you more than you ever dreamed about how important the aspect of value plays in all your future works. I've enjoyed sharing this painting with you and introducing the grisaille as another of the painting techniques you should give a try. It doesn't mean that you'll adopt it for the rest of your painting career, but it will certainly give more authority to your other works, painted by other more immediate techniques. Thank you for watching this program, and enjoy painting in grisaille.